the morning show. Callers, BabyBoy, myself. Breaking news, right?
Breaking fucking news, bro. I'm scared.
Hurricane Hilary's got us.
Just see this whole thing just go right over the Twitter.
I feel like this is a fucking horror movie we're in.
Forever. I think this is our last pod, bro.
I like it.
Oh, dude, imagine that. You know what I was thinking about today? This is great. I was thinking about, if it was the end of the world and it was like still Sunday, I'd still show up to the office to do a pod.
God damn, my boy. God damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it. If we're going out, we're going out,
make
bro.
one more last song for real.
Yeah, I would make a pod and we just like, I don't know, bro. We should, dude, you know what we should do? We should do a segment where it's like end of days, where like we just bring in a fuckload of fucking food, a fuckload of beer and drinks, and like we just fucking act like it's the end of the world. We come dressed up in camo. Let's do it.
That's kind of nice. That's a cool
And
idea.
we're just like, let it rain, bro. It's gonna be fucking. Bro.
I mean, they thought the world was gonna end in like 2012.
They said it did end, but this is.
We're back.
Yeah.
We made it out, my boy.
The Myans, they predicted it all. What's up with the Myans, bro? They were fucking. I've heard they were like chopping off penises and smoking DMT out of them. Something like that, bro.
Nah, bro, you can't do that shit.
They're actually smoking. That's crazy.
They're smoking dick.
No lie,
That's
bro.
crazy.
What the fuck? What the
Boss.
fuck? No, yeah. I mean, that's interesting. No, but okay. So Hurricane Hilary. It's kind of like, I mean, we're from Southern California, so it's a big thing out here. We get no fucking rain. So whenever there's any fucking storm notice, we get a little scared, But I feel like, bro, we should be more scared of this like fucking San Andres fucking fault earthquake that might be hitting us.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like every year we get like on the news, especially out here, like, oh, San Andreas, it's been like 30 years since we've had an earthquake. We're gonna have a fucking 10.5. The fucking half the earth is gonna split in half. Earthquake.
Yeah. Hey, and it's possible, bro.
It is, but it's kind of like annoying, like how like worked up they get you, bro.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
and you can even see with the hurricane that we're having right now, like it hasn't hit us as bad because we're in Southern Califas.
Yeah.
So we're a little too far from Baja to get hit, but supposedly we're gonna get hit like a fucking.
I don't know. I feel like I'll never.
I mean, it was raining outside. I checked. It was kind of raining right now.
But
You
like,
never know, bro. We'd be trapped out. We might be trapped here, bro.
see, bro.
We might be after this
I don't think
podcast.
it'll
Be
be that
trapped
deep.
here.
I think I
But the
gotta
weather
go.
is changing. The weather's changing crazy.
It has been, bro. Our summers aren't the same. Our winters aren't. Our winters are longer. The summers are like they flip so much.
Couple more years, it might start snowing here and shit.
All right. I asked you guys this before, but I'm kind of interested to see what our take 2 might be. What's a hurricane name that you like? Because, it's called Hurricane Hilary. They're using Hillary Clinton's face. It's kind of funny, but, I'm kind of interested to... What's a baddie's name you like to name after a hurricane?
I'm gonna stick to my answer, my boy. Hurricane. Brittany.
Hurricane Brittany.
Was that a play on Britney Spears because she's crazy?
Nah, I just feel like everyone knows like that name Brittany just holds a lot of weight for a
Britney
girl.
Spears,
You think so?
Go.
Yeah, bro.
Honestly, okay, real shit. If you met a girl named Brittany, I feel like if I met a girl named Brittany, I'd just walk away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Me too, probably. But I mean, I fuck with Britney Spears. That's a real.
All right, well then give me yours then.
I'm gonna go with like. I mean, I got a different one this time. I'm gonna go. Let's go Hurricane Savannah.
Oh shit!
That's
Savannah.
kind of crazy.
You're into Savannahs, bro.
Why not?
I want to have like a fucking like an intro. I mean, all my kids, I want to have them like interesting names. And I can tell you, I can't
I had a kid, I'm gonna
publicly
name
say the
him.
names, but I got a
Yeah.
couple that are hard hitters.
What?
I'm gonna name my kid like C3PO or something.
I mean, bro,
R2D2.
Bobbi Althoff, right? She
Yeah.
named her kid Concrete.
Dude, I know. I thought that was a joke
Yeah.
at first.
But
and
what,
then I
okay,
realized-
but what's yours though? Before we
Wait,
go
no,
into
no. But you want to know their middle name? It's like Concrete
and then something
Sawdust, I want to say, or something like that.
Is it?
Concrete Sawdust Althoff, or something like that.
Sawdust,
Or not
That's
Sawdust,
good.
but some sort of like weird.
Yeah,
Like
I remember
other-
seeing that, but I thought that was a joke that she was like, "Oh yeah, concrete," but she's like dead ass.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I don't know if
Let's
I'd
go
name
to
my kid
unique.
Concrete, but I like the move in the progressive name changing. Where like,
yeah.
we're getting fucking, what's like Kanye's kids' names? Like fucking,
One of them's
North.
south,
yeah.
East, west.
I'm about to name my kid South. I was like,
No, if I had a
I'm gonna have to do that.
They'd have a crazy name. For real, it would not be like some typical shit.
Imagine, hey, Sur.
I'm gonna name my kid like Zelda or something.
Zelda.
No, I'm just joking, but
What
it would
the
have a
fuck?
crazy name. I'm gonna name my kid like Spider for real.
Nah, Kirby.
That'd be hard.
Like Spider. I know a couple.
Hey,
people-
Spider, get your ass over here. That'd be hard.
That's not an uncommon name. I've heard that before. Nick.
Really? I've never
Yeah.
heard that. Or
what
like
would I
Ryder.
name
Ryder's
my
kind of
kid?
a cool, funny name.
No,
too.
the Hurricane. What would you name the Hurricane, my boy?
Oh yeah, okay, baddie. This is the part where I say my girlfriend's name. Fuck. This is like fuck. I don't know. I'm gonna go with like an exotic name. Maybe like fucking
But I get in trouble.
Hurry up, bro.
I don't know, bro. Like when you're thinking about like complex things, it takes time. You know what I'm saying? And let me see. Me shit.
Wait, you guys ever wait, because I'm gonna hold you to this. You guys ever seen Dodgeball?
Yeah, that's what I said.
with the big ass like
Hurricane Michelle.
I don't know who she was, like a Russian girl or something in Dodgeball.
Oh, yeah.
Her name was Michelle.
No, Michelle was the African American big bodybuilder guy.
Oh, it was. Never
Yeah.
mind. I got my shit fucked up. What was the
Yeah.
other girl's name? It was something crazy.
Her
too.
name was fucking weird, bro. It was
Xena.
like-
Oh yeah,
it was
Michelle
like-
was the yeah, that is she was the
Ooh, I like that name, Xena.
big guy.
Yeah, no problem.
You
That's
gotta
a
watch
Skrillex
Dodgeball. That's a
name,
classic.
or
Shout out Ben
Skrillex song.
Stiller. Shout out
It is?
the other guy. Fuck.
Shout out the other guy. All right. Okay, so
Vince Vaughn. There you go.
this storm has raised a lot of people to go crazy, fucking go for the water bottles, go for everything. Honestly, I don't know. And I don't want to be that dude.
But you are.
But you are that
so
dude.
am I.
No.
Like I just don't. That shit don't.
Maybe
scare
I
me.
shouldn't say it.
But then it's gonna
Like in
suck
trouble.
because one day that shit probably will happen, and I'm still gonna be like,
I just don't fuck with the
Nah.
mass hysteria. And I feel like a lot of it plays into with the news.
Yeah.
Not, and I'm just going to like, sometimes too, you got to think like, yeah, maybe I can't say that, but sometimes I think people overplay it, and it's not helpful when the news is just like, pack your bags, get waters, sandbags, fucking, have a generator. Like sometimes that shit,
Yeah, like fill up your gas tank and all
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah.
I mean, bro, because I was like, I know people that they're saying they're boarding up their fucking their houses.
Yeah.
I've
That's
seen people at the gas
crazy.
station like getting fucking gas, like 3 fucking containers.
I feel
And I'm
like
like,
we'll be able
oh.
to know when it's getting that bad.
And,
You know
and
what
I
I'm
think we
saying?
got to be prepared.
Yeah.
bro.
So when it just like
Yeah.
flips the switch like tomorrow, or yesterday, and they're just like, oh, this is like, I'm like, like.
I think that's like the new normal, like that mass hysteria you're talking about, because COVID was the first time where we actually saw that shit,
Yeah.
like where like
Yeah.
everybody just freaked out and was like, you go to the stores, everything's taken, masked up, like people are fighting for shit. So like, COVID kind of invited that type of like,
Yeah, it was the first one that was kind of real. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was the same thing. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna care about this until it hits. Even if it hits California, it has to hit my city.
yeah.
So it took a little minute, but once it hit our
it
city,
definitely
then
hit,
I was
yeah.
like, okay, this is actually something serious to
Yeah.
take, and that's when I started taking it serious.
Yeah.
So I'm the same way. I feel like.
I mean,
with
COVID
this-
is a sore topic, bro. But I think
thing.
no, but
it
I'm
was a
saying the mass
lesson for all
hysteria.
of us.
The mass hysteria.
Yeah, it was a lesson for all of us, just because we weren't so prepared and ready for something like a fucking pandemic.
Yeah.
no.
So that was a learning curve. But I mean, through the pandemic too, you've seen a lot of like fucking like artistic like fucking development, and also too like there was like stuff still happening like early COVID, even into some of COVID. Like there's still parties, there's still things happening.
Man, I was going out to LA. These motherfuckers were wearing no mask, like going crazy.
And then eventually it got severe and we had to stop that. But this was kind of like back to that point where we seen that post that Lick and Dip did. And they're like, the party goes on through Hillary,
And I'm for
through
it.
fucking Hurricane
Shout out
Hillary,
Lick and
and I
Dip.
kind of fuck with that.
That shit's hard.
Because and I think that those moments, like the raves, the parties, it allows some sort of escapism, right? Like during fucking moments where like everybody's panicking and buying waters, where it's like, you know what, bro? Fuck all this. I'm gonna go get a drink and rave. It's like fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, if
You
the
know what I'm
world was
saying?
ending tomorrow, I feel like I would be on that. Like, I would be like, well, let's live it up. I don't think I'm going to panic. And I'd just be like, well, if this is really going to happen, just make the final days hard as hell, bro. Let's
Yeah.
go do whatever.
No, and I've spoken to a few people and they're like telling me like, It's crazy because some people are really taking this shit as a sign, like as the ending days, like
God.
biblical like references.
This was a part of the
like,
revolution.
We've seen this in the prophecy.
Yeah, bro. And I'm like, God, like I get it, but I'm like,
it's a flooding that's coming. It's like, fuck.
That ass.
All right, I'm curious to know, what would your like last day look like? You know, when they say like, what's a prisoner's last meal? But like, if you knew the world was gonna end, like, and this was like, you know, it's just known, like everybody knows, like, what would be the thing that you do?
Probably come to the stew, create a little bit, you know, get my, you know, typical whatever we're gonna do, maybe make a song, stuff like that, enjoy the day. But as it comes to the final hours, kind of envision myself like in the At Least I Tried video where I'm just like on the cliff, just with the hands out, just absorbing it all.
Naked?
No, not naked. Not naked, because you always want to get a... No, that's crazy.
Well, I don't know, bro. Fuck. Some people like to live freely.
I don't know where you got that idea, because I definitely
Bro, it's the animal world, bro. There's no rules, bro. Come on.
Are you going to be naked?
No. Maybe. Fuck.
I'm not going to be naked.
They're not going to arrest me, bro. It's the fucking end of the world. All right. I don't know. I kind of... And I want to get yours on the last one, but
Handle.
I kind of like the idea of like full gluttony. Like wake up, just start fucking slamming fucking drinks, you know? And then just start fucking smoking in your fucking room, you know, like, and then, you know, you just fucking order like 10 pizzas and shit, fucking live it up. And then it's something along the lines of nature too. Maybe like go on a fucking walk or something.
I get that.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Like, there's no point in looting because you're not going to fucking keep it. There's no point in like doing anything. Like, it's kind of just like enjoy your dopamine responses while you can, really, right?
I agree.
It's like fucking, you know, it's like... You know, I don't want to say that one. Enjoy life, sure.
I feel like my final day, for sure I would want to watch like one of my favorite films or like something like that. Like maybe like a little Bronx Tale or some shit. Like, I don't know, just a film. I can't even think of it, but a film that I like. Watch that shit for the day.
Scarface.
Get that out the way. Scarface. And then I feel like the rest of the day, I kind of want to just be in nature. I'll probably just like go to like a little mountain, you feel me? Like take my shoes off and shit like that. Just kick it right there and shit.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
And just watch like the fucking the explosion.
Honestly,
or whatever.
last couple of days, somewhere in that day, probably gonna have to go link up with my natives and do some ayahuasca and just see like what they were talking about.
No lie. No lie, bro. I'm curious. It's funny that we refer back to nature as like that being like the peaceful ultimatum thing that like gives us peace, right? But like, when's the last time we all went on a walk here? Or like went out into the fucking forest?
But when we did go out to Sonoma, when we did go out to Sonoma, and you could have your take on this.
Yeah.
Like, I felt that was, I don't do that. So when I did that, like, I actually did enjoy that walk all the way up. And I did enjoy like going on the edge of that cliff and just like seeing, you know, the world, everything. Like, that was crazy to me. And that was really like, that spoke to me different, dude, for real.
Yeah. Well, like I do spend like, cause I work outside. So I'm not saying that working outside, I'm in nature cause I'm in like residential areas.
Yeah.
But I do spend a lot of my time like outside, like where like the sun is hitting you, you smell the air and everything. So I kind of do get a lot of satisfaction in that. Like,
see, we're the opposite. We're always inside.
You see, and that's some people just have an office job all day, every day. Like, they go from their office to the house, office. Yeah. But so to me, I am driving, I am outside. So, you know, like I do get the element, and I'm kind of like, there's definitely some times where like you wake up early in the morning and you just like kind of get the air hitting you, like, and you're just like, all right, like I'm alive. This is nice.
Can I tell you what I've done before? And I do this like once every 6 months, where like I'll go because there's like a little track kind of where I live that goes like into the mountains, you know, and it's probably maybe like a 3 mile fucking walk that you're in residential area. You take that 3 mile walk and you're like no man's land, bro.
I like that.
Where you're basically like liable to get eaten by wolves and fucking snakes out there, bro.
Hell yeah.
And so I'll take that walk. I'll go deep into the mountains, climb the tallest fucking mountain.
You really do that?
I do it, bro.
Since when do you do that?
Finished. I don't tell people what I do.
Well, you better.
I'll climb to the tippity top of the mountains, and it takes me a while, bro, because there's no paths. It's basically you're climbing rocks to the very top. I'll get to the top, and I'll meditate. And I'll just fucking look at all the fucking busyness out there, because you could see the busyness, and then you're at that like peak peace moment. It's so weird, bro.
That sounds
weird. You know, let me dap you up for that one, bro. Real shit. I like how you keep it clean, brother. That was a little, hey, sometimes you gotta tell me to relax, bro.
I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding.
No. I fuck with that. No, it is true, bro. It's like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, bro, just go to fucking the bar, bro. Stop being a bitch.
I don't know.
No, yeah.
I'm kidding. I've done some shit like that too. Like I'd be like when I go to a new place, like when we went to Simona, and like you can even ask this food, but like we did like a few pit stops like by all of like the fields, and me and this food just got off. The homie Rolly, we got off and we just kicked it for a bit, and we were like, you could smell like all of the fucking the fertilizer, all that shit, and it's kind of like nice. You're like, all right, like you take a little break from driving. And you just smell it and get that shit in. You're like, all right, let's hit the road.
That's what I'm saying.
And then I would just roll the window down once in a while.
And I love the smell of rain. Do you guys like that?
Oh yeah,
I do. Okay, I do. It's like
I love the
concrete
mood rain puts you in, bro, because it's like a kickback, like
depressed.
Yeah, it fits. It just fits. It just makes sense.
No, yeah, dude. No lie. But this is nice, bro. I think rain was long overdue where we live, bro. We live in a fucking drought, so it's great. I love the rain too. I kind of envision myself living in a colder climate / rainy place. So
when later on in life,
yeah. So this is nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna live in the woods.
No, right.
Now you're gonna be a nomad, on a biker, like.
Yeah, but my house is gonna be in the woods.
He's gonna be like a punk Rick Rubin.
It's gonna be like a
dude. Honestly, like, yeah, you guys are in for a trip. Like, you're gonna see that.
I want to see that already. That's the fucked up thing.
I told you, when I'm like 60, I'm gonna be looking like Gandalf, like a biker Gandalf. Like, that's what I'm
Let's make that happen right now, though. You know, fuck that.
Fuck later.
There's a transition to it.
All right, so the first kind of topic that happened was this Bobbi Althoff shit, and we talked about her daughter, Concrete, right? Interesting name, but. You know, she initially did the interview with Drake, and we talked about it before. We're saying she's an industry plant, which we got a lot of comments on that, and I think it's
I disagreed with you, but yeah.
Yeah, I disagree too.
Yeah, I think it's, but the general kind of thought is like a 60 or 75-25 split, right?
No doubt, no doubt.
Where they think she is, and then the other 25 think she's just a normal person that worked her way up. I still stand on it. She is kind of an industry plant, but we'll keep it at, you know, whatever the people think, But now with this Drake interview, they erased it. So they both unfollowed each other. Bobbi Althoff, Drake, they unfollowed each other, and then they erased the whole interview, which I think was kind of like a culture fucking whackness. Because I'm like, bro,
I mean, what do you think happened? Could also be a like a power play. So I feel like that video alone was a super big power play. So I don't think they would like do it as a play to like,
because it went viral, bro. Like all the little clips and like Bobby and all that other shit that everyone keeps fucking like talking about.
I feel like something behind the scenes might have happened, honestly.
Well, Barstool Sports had to raise the question, and I think it was, what's the main guy's name? Do you know the main guy's name?
I do not know him.
He had said like, oh, that Bobbi had an affair with Drake, they fucked, and then basically that because of that her husband found out, and then the husband made her delete everything and then also unfollow him. And it was like this whole feud. But then Barstool, the main guy that owns it, he had reached out to Bobbi, and Bobbi's like, which is so funny. It shows how much of a douchebag this guy is. She's like, I can't speak of this publicly, but off the record, that is not correct. And then this fucking guy just like screenshots it and puts it on the record for everybody. Dude. It's like, you fucking douchebag, bro. But so she denied those claims, but it's still in the conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever find the answer to it, but they should have left it up, bro, because that shit was kind of iconic, bro. That shit was stupid funny, bro. Even like, I think
so too.
Drake's little like that food was so zesty on there. I was surprised.
I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, it was surprising, but I wasn't surprised at the same time. But it was. I'm interested in like, I'm trying to wrap my mind around like what possibly happened.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be something very severe for them to like both unfollow each other, and also for her to have the most successful podcast on her channel to take it down.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Probably, yeah.
And I just don't see
especially
that as
when
like
there's so much money coming in from it.
Yeah.
Or maybe Drake didn't like the way he was like presented, because like he did kind of seem like he was trying to rizz her up like the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
So maybe he didn't like that look or something.
That happens, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we all
look too like trying hard to get her a little bit.
He kind of did, bro, because he was always trying to flirt with her, and he was like, I think at one point like he was drinking a little drink, And he's like, "Oh, drink out of where I put my lips." And it's kind of like,
oh no,
damn,
yeah, he
like,
definitely was.
you get my boy.
And there's bro. And I did this like video and I was talking to somebody on TikTok about this where I was like, bro, like if I was her man, bro, automatic DP. You know what I'm saying? Like
on her, on Drake.
Both.
Both getting the violence.
No, because I'm like, bro, like, dude, homie's fucking. You know, I get it, bro. He's a public figure. He's flirting with your chick, whatever.
But it also could have been for the episode and for the entertainment. We don't know how
Totally
real
get it.
it
No
is.
doubt.
Maybe it's realer for Drake because he's just like a single male. But maybe for her, she kind of just like, it's not that deep because it's for entertainment.
And I get that, but there was also not a study, but it was kind of like a study where this guy had interviewed 300 people, asking women, being like, "Hey, if Drake hits you up and says, would you go on his tour bus? Would you?"
And they probably say yes.
All 300 people said, "Oh, I'm not telling him anything. I'm going."
Bodies.
And I'm like, "Damn, bro!" Like,
I'm not trusting.
but also too, like, where did he get these females? Like, right out to the club? Come on. Like, are we doing like talking to the teachers and fucking regular ass women too?
Pretty much, yeah. Bust down.
Yeah, but
Tatiana.
he's probably just talking the thoughts. But I was thinking like, damn, bro, like just over the clout money and shit, like y'all chicks be like giving it up like that.
Man,
You'd be
step
surprised.
outside, bro. You'll figure it out.
And I don't want this to turn into fucking, what is that one Miami podcast?
Fresh and Fit.
I don't want to turn into Fresh and Fit, but I'm like, damn, bro, like that?
Step outside, you'll figure it out real fast.
Shout out to all the women though.
That's all I'm gonna say.
No, I
Shout out
love
to
it.
The loving, caring women. Shout out
But
to
so
them.
back to the Bobby, it was like,
Shout out wholesome.
you
women.
know, if Bobby was like that, willing to give it up because it's Drake, and then it became this fucking whole feud, and then she had to delete some stuff after.
I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, me too. Because then it's like kind of whack.
But we'll see. We'll see what the people say.
We'll sit back and see. I mean, the recent one she did was with what, Tyga?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool, but I
T1.
felt like it wasn't that good of an episode. But I don't know.
I will say, and I want to give some flowers here, that the direction of podcast I feel like is going in a pretty good direction just because the people she selects. Like, I think her getting Yachty, like anybody can get Yachty, but like Full Send can get them, maybe like a lot of people can get Yachty.
Yeah.
But because she's a female and her direction of how like she works her podcast, it was an interesting interview. And I kind of like that. And also too with Tyga, like really like nobody's reaching out to Tyga, but I think he's an important person to talk to, just because he's done so much with the fucking culture, like Rack City, fucking, like the Tisa fucking hats.
Yeah, the motto, all that
I mean,
stuff.
bro, if you talk about Tyga, like I remember when I was younger, like people hated him, bro.
Really?
Yes, bro. There was a very long time where nobody was fucking with Tyga at all. Like I think, like when he was in Young Money, he definitely had his audience, but the majority of them saw him as like corny. Like they were not fucking with him.
I
bro.
kind of saw him like that. I still
Yeah.
kind of see him like that to keep it
A
above.
lot of people did, bro. But I was listening to his shit because I was like, nah, this dude's got us. I was listening to like Hotel California and shit. But at that period, like if I was telling people I listen to Tyga, they're like, oh, you're a clown, bro. Like, nah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because now he's kind of like came a long way. And like everybody
Well, he
fucks
kind of
with him.
got mid-canceled by the fucking Mexican community for that.
yeah, for the Ay Caramba.
Ay caramba, ay caramba.
Nah,
Fuck that.
he fumbled that one though, cause like
Yeah, he did.
the one that YG did with my bitch colo Maria.
Yeah.
That one was he had like real Mexicans in it. You could tell it was like geared towards us, and Mexicans were involved. But Ay Caramba was like some shit that Tyga just took it upon himself to make. You could
Bro,
kinda-
that
it had
music video
look.
was something else, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, I remember seeing it. It was crazy.
Fucking, what was it? Like falling tortilla chips and shit?
Something like
Like,
that.
I was like, bro, like...
Yeah, the YG one definitely
Right.
it had a
It paid
different-
homage.
Yeah,
it paid homage to our culture and all that shit. Shout out to YG.
Yeah, and when you're trying to do that, it is kind of like a slippery slope because it's like you want to like pay homage and
Yeah.
like
You want to embrace
culture,
embrace the
but not
culture.
really, like. I mean, what do they call it today? Like fucking,
Like-
Stereotypes?
stereotyping
nah,
or
like not embracing the culture, but like,
capitalizing, exploiting.
he's basically
Yeah, exploiting the culture. I mean, which does happen a lot. Like a lot of people like fucking especially where it's like like the agua frescas and they're calling it like spa water and shit and they're
Yeah.
like putting it into like a lot of restaurants. Like that happens every day, bro.
Yeah.
Like the esquite
Yeah.
lote, like now they fucking put it up on their menu and shit. It's like, all right, bro, whatever, dog.
We've been doing
Get
this,
this shit for like fucking $2 down the street, bro.
for
Okay.
And I'm paying fucking $20 here because it's fucking it's your place, whatever. But Yeah, so I mean, the whole Bobbi thing was kind of interesting, but we really won't know. But I think it is something really bad. But back to the topic with like the boyfriend shit, I felt like, or husband shit, I feel like that was very disrespectful, bro. And honestly, like, but it goes back to that question, and we just seen that video too with fucking Jenny 6ix9ine was like, if you have a machismo, you will get nowhere in life. If he is gonna hold you back and he doesn't let you fucking, you know, go to your photo shoots and take your videos, like, he's like, you're gonna go nowhere. So, okay, keep that in mind, right? And we'll probably put up the video for people to see.
Yeah, that'll help.
But in the conversation of Bobbi, where it's like, you know, she's doing her career, she's doing her podcast, but she's also a mother and a wife, you know? So it's like that fine line of respect of like, how do I maintain, you know, my family and also like live on this side of for the entertainment and, you know, business side too.
I see both sides.
Yeah,
Like
same.
I do get what Jenny is saying, you know, when she's saying that, but it's like, okay, if that's how you think, then it's like, just be single then, bro, and do your shit. Like, nobody's tripping. It's
because I feel like you're gonna find a partner that's gonna back you up and gear you.
I thought you said
shit.
A partner, bro.
Oh, no, partner, a partner. So like, I don't know, like bro. Like a lot of women, they're independent and they have their own career and aspirations and goals, which I think is good. Because like in all reality, do you want to have personally, do you want to have a girlfriend that's just waiting there at your beck and call? All the 24/7, like not doing her own, doesn't have her own goals, her own aspirations. I think that's kind of cool, like when you're both winning. Yeah. So I kind of see like how Jenny could be, you know, doing her thing and her man could be doing his thing as well. But yeah, like it's like an independent mentality. But I think it's becoming it's been popular, but it's a lot more popular now with the younger women.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And I think I kind of like that shit. Like when you meet a girl and she has her own little shit going on.
Of course.
She has her own little job and she's handling business. But like obviously, yeah, you have your like your fucking, you know, your boundaries of like what is acceptable and what isn't. But
yeah. Well, a lot of people in that Jenny 6ix9ine video were not siding with her and telling her like this is the type of girl that, you know, lives out her life and never finds a man and never has a family because
she has a husband and a family.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying what the people were saying.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of flack saying like these women, you know, live out their lives like unhappy, that whole like mindset, like I don't need a man, I'm gonna build my career, whatever. And I'm just laying down the information.
Yeah,
I'm siding with it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at Cardi B, look at Beyonce, like two beautiful, you know, black women. Beyonce's been famous forever. Like she's pretty much, Beyonce was a sex symbol at one point. Like Cardi B was too. So like, come on, homie. Like if you're dating a real pretty girl, fool, like you need to be cut out for that shit. You can't be no sucker, no cupcake. You know, it comes with a pretty ass woman, fool. You gotta be on your shit.
But
respect.
Both those girls were doing their thing before. You know, Beyonce was doing her thing way before Jay-Z came along too. You know.
Yeah, and look at Jay-Z. You think Jay-Z's like? You think Jay-Z as a man, he's embarrassed by Beyonce? He's like, fuck, that's Jay-Z, homie. That's Harlem, bro. He's that guy, bro.
We heard the Beyonce song, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel me?
So what you guys are saying is it comes with the territory.
Hell yeah, bro. If you want a pretty ass girl and you gotta stand on your
successful ass girl too.
Successful ass girl, you gotta be on your 10 toes. You gotta be that type of man. Hold it down, you know. Don't be no bitch.
I also feel like you can't have. It's cool to have the independent mindset if that's what you want to do, but you can't have the independent mindset either. And be in a relationship, you know, that doesn't work either. So it's like, it's fine to have the independent mindset. You could do that, you know?
Okay, but there was these are the only things that frustrated me when like, not frustrated me, but they kind of like put me off where I was like, okay. Where like he had called her like, oh, Bobbi, you're a thottie.
Yeah.
Like that's like like,
that is a little weird.
You know, and I know she's like doing the whole like bit and shit, but in my head I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound great.
I mean, that's a DP after the podcast.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to you, Drake, because you're not gonna just be wilding out here just.
And then also to the cup thingy where he's like, oh, like have a sip, and then he tells her to fucking drink from the side with his lips. Like that was another thing where I was like,
no, peep it. So she drinks out of the opposite side, and then he grabs,
and then he goes back,
and then he drinks out of her side,
DP.
bro. You feel me? Like
that's a violation.
Bro, he was.
That's a violation.
Bro, he was low key like, hey, I want you.
Yeah. That's a violation. Personally,
he's like,
I wouldn't have it.
You've been violated.
Like, you know how it says wasted, violated.
Yeah. But that's what like, and that's what the whole conversation is surrounding the whole thing right now is like, was it because of those sort of things that put off her husband, made it seem this whole big ass argument? And
I can see that. I can see that.
I don't know, man. Because personally, me, bro, like I don't get down like that, and you know, regardless if Jake's got like fucking 50 security guards, like I'm gonna murk him.
No, that's what I'm telling you. There's boundaries, bro. Like there's boundaries to certain shit. Obviously, like homie overstepped a little bit, you know.
Yeah, and it's. I don't know. From Drake's standpoint too, like if it's a married woman, bro, do you talk to all married women like that?
But also, it's you know the set was them in the bed, so it could really be like a real entertainment side, bro. Like you give me like Drake's an actor, bro. I mean that could have been the whole. Whether it's real or not, it could be like just entertainment. Because I mean the 100%. Set is literally them in the bed, so I feel like that alone just speaks already like the vibe. That they're on, together. Or at least he's on.
You got a point.
Because maybe he brought the fucking set. You know, he's like, yeah, we should I'll get to bed and we could just lay and have a conversation. You know what I mean?
I love how they're like on opposite sides, like keeping so a 5-foot gap in between.
Like, she's like on this side.
Social distancing and shit.
She's like, I'll get in the bed, but I'm going to be on this fucking corner.
I love it, bro. I love it. Shout out to Bobbi. Shout out to Drake. Just don't do that shit again, my boy.
It's a DP.
And it's this podcast, I mean, think about it, bro. Back in the days, a lot of people for PR, big artists, big celebrities, they went on radio, 105.7.
Yeah.
You know, and they fucking get on there and they talk to Big Boy, you know, and fucking whatever. You hear the little cowbell in the back.
Morning.
You know, little cowbell and shit. But, you know,
good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah. But now it's phone taps.
Dude,
phone taps on the 10.
Dude, phone no.
Oh, wait. No, let me finish this up before we get into phone taps.
When I used to go to school with the phone taps.
No, okay. But okay, when we think about that, right? There's a lot of like publication through radio. Now it's through podcasts, bro. Believe it or not.
You see it really is.
Your biggest UFC fighters.
I feel like radio's like not dead, but it's dead compared to everything else that we have, like media wise.
Yeah.
Not that it's dead. I think it's just like it's transformed. It's transferred like that sort of like publicizing yourself, that, you know, PR and like, you know, promoting things. It's more leaned onto podcasts now because we're on YouTube.
Podcast and video form, yeah. Whereas radio is usually, I mean, there is video form, but usually it was just...
It's just because it's so accessible, bro. Everybody's on YouTube. Everybody's watching a podcast. You'd love to see your favorite people on a podcast. See them live. Watch it on your phone. You get the conversation. You get some sort of thing out of it. And then it's easier to get across everybody because it's YouTube. It's free.
Yeah.
You know, so whereas, you know, radio, it's like who's really on 10 whatever in their car all the time.
It just
like,
maximizes, you know, the outreach.
But it's interesting now that like somebody like Drake is going on Bobbi's, which was like an early start podcast, to do. I mean, he's the biggest artist in the world right now.
Yeah, he is. He is.
So it's really cool to see that like podcast now is like the new form of, you know, radio publicizing stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, like back in the day, you would do press runs on the radio, and now you do them on
and news
podcasting platforms now.
They said that they used to do them on the news too.
Yeah.
They'd go on the news and be like, "Hey, we're in your city. I have a show this fucking weekend." Like, you know, now it's like, dude, just make an Instagram post, bro.
It's changed, bro. It's
just fucking make a video, bro.
Just throw it on your story, bro.
But peep this. Speaking of Instagram posts, the GOAT, the legend,
which one?
The bro? Fucking pioneer, you know, Kid Cudi.
Fruit Loop.
Man on the Moon.
Man, he announced he's trying to make his new album. We were watching a little, you know, IG live of him previewing the song. Sounded pretty nice. He looked very happy in the live too. I want to point that out.
Yeah, I feel like he's at a very good point because seen him at some crazy points.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, hopefully he's mentally sound now, but like there is points where I see him and it just looks like he's fucking. You know,
I mean, Man on the Moon was like crazy era. Speeding Bullets of Heaven was probably like the worst. Like
I seen an interview where he talked about he didn't like that album at all.
Yeah, because it was a different time for him. You know what I mean? It's probably like the whole. That's, you know, when you're in the hole. Hey, but that album is crazy.
Finish this one for me, bro. And I'm floating
out to nowhere.
What song is that?
Speeding Bullet to Heaven.
It's on the album.
I didn't listen to it.
No safety, fall, we'll land safely. And it just seems like you're just like floating and shit, bro.
For real? How about Christ?
But he goes
listen to that shit. That album literally makes you feel like, I mean, I don't know what this, actually I can't say that on YouTube.
I read up on this new album that you're talking about, and basically he had released a preview of an older song, and he had kind of like previewed it, and nobody was fucking with it. Nobody. So he trashed that idea, and then he went kind of underground for a minute, trying to figure out what he wants to do, and then now he comes out with this new album. And I guess that's gotten like a lot better receival. But that first initial project he put out like not too long ago, people were not fucking with it.
Yeah, I heard he was kind of like a little enemy for a little while.
Why? He's your enemy?
No, not like for the people, the public. Like no one had nothing nice to say about him for a little bit for whatever reasons. But that shit
why,
sucks.
bro? He's such a fucking cool guy.
There is a lot of people that don't like. Kid Cudi is a legend. Like, I mean, a lot of artists today are like have been inspired by Kid Cudi or have worked with Kid Cudi for a reason. Yeah. Travis Scott, super big Kid Cudi fan. Cardi, super big Kid Cudi fan. Yay, Cudi. I mean, they have their feuds and shit, but they're basically fans of each other. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel like Kid Cudi sometimes gets left behind, but like he's just up top as like those fools for real.
No, honestly, yeah. I mean, think about the impact that Day and Night had, and how early on Kanye was on him too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, Kid Cudi was literally signed to good music. Just Kanye's.
Kid Cudi's done a lot of great things for this culture, and I think, I mean, when we're at like Coachella, fucking what was it, 2020?
Yeah, that's just gas. I remember. No, it was like 2019.
Yeah. Coachella 2019, when it's like 2:00 in the morning and he puts on marijuana.
Yeah.
Ooh, marijuana, and then everybody's just vibing out, fucking smoking their blunts, and we're just like floating there, like, yeah,
pretty green blood.
Yeah,
all just grooving, bro. And then when the party shit started going up, it's like, oh yeah, let's start going.
Yeah, I mean, he's an interesting guy, and he's a nice guy, bro. I've seen a lot of interviews on him, and he really cares about the culture, his fans too, which is a big one for me, is like how you treat your fans, and I think he treats his fans amazing.
Kid Cudi's awesome, bro. Literally one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, and you could tell he puts his like passion, pain, and everything into his music.
Yeah, which is it's a good reflection of him, and that's why I say when he goes through those dark times, not that they're bad, but I think it's just a different vibe. And when we seen that Speeding Bullet to Heaven, it was a different vibe. And people know him for like Man on the Moon shit. Yeah. And they just were like not accepting it. But I mean, it comes back to the Rick Rubin, goddammit, like where he's saying like it's just chapters, bro. You know, like, and
that's part of the game too. It's
as
like,
artists, we're just, you know,
I mean, that's probably honestly, I love like a lot of work Kid Cudi's put out. Speeding Bullet to Heaven is my favorite. And that's probably like numbers wise out of the shit he's put out, I think that's probably the worst. Just because his general audience doesn't. Yeah, they just don't get it, or maybe they just don't like it, or like you said, it's way different than all the other music. But like that album, that piece of work is very, very fucking good, dude.
Yeah, I don't even think like it doesn't matter if you like it, bro. It's just like a reflection of what he feels and what he wants to put out right now. Whether you fuck with it or not, it's like whether it speaks to you or not, who cares?
I mean, that album is also very interesting because there's no music videos for it or anything. Like he just made that shit and put it out.
And the whole idea too, where he like put out that initial project and everybody hated it, and then he dropped it. To me, I'm like, it just speaks that you're not like a strong artist or somebody that, you know, stands on what you make.
It's part of the game. You get lost in that shit, bro.
Yeah. Real. No, and I totally get that, you know, because I've been there where you're like making shit for other people, and then you're like, holy shit, what am I doing? Why am I making shit for other people and not myself? Mm-hmm. But it's a part of the creative process. But yeah, I'm just like, no, bro, like stand on your stuff, bro. Stand on your shit, Cudi.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, some people don't do that no more. They forget who they are and where they come from.
Let them know, bro.
Yeah. Gotta be feed, man.
Who do you know?
First hand?
You guys. Not just kidding.
Another backlash.
First hand? It's always got to be for yourself, for real.
No, honestly, no. I mean, that's the crazy thing, though. Like, when you're an artist and he's already proven himself, I'm pretty sure when he made a Speed Bullet to Heaven, he was that guy. So imagine you actually make it in the industry and you plateau, you hit that point where you have success, you've met your idols, you worked with them. What comes after that, bro? Like, you're pretty much at the height. So you got to learn how to up that up. That takes a special type of person to bounce back and innovate again.
You know who that reminds me of? We just seen that the other day too, was fucking Polo G, bro. Where he's like, I'm gonna retire. I'm like, bro, you haven't even fucking started your career, bro. And you want to retire.
But I mean, the only thing, if that's what he wants to do, that's cool. The only thing that speaks to me like that is when he says like, oh, I want to retire, like this shit ain't fun anymore, blah, blah, blah. Then it's just like, well, yeah, don't do it. If you don't want to do it, just don't do it.
Because he's put out some great albums and I fuck with them heavy. But I'm like, I think it comes back to that where people believe that they've reached the peak. And I don't. When you're in the creative field, bro, there is no peak.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
I don't feel like
there
there
is
ever
no-
is like a peak of being an artist. I feel like
Yeah.
you just go through different chapters and different eras. I feel like that's what it's always been.
Hey, this is a shout out. I was talking to Andrew from Abars on Instagram. Maybe I can link it in the description. This guy's a veteran in the art scene, doing a lot of exhibition shows in LA here. Very influential guy around some really great artists of this century. And he was putting me on game saying that, like, I mean, and I think this is the direction that we should all be in, is that, you know, he does things for the love of the art, not for the money, not for any sort of thing, but just, you know, doing it because you love it, whether there's money coming in, people fucking following you, or like doing anything. He just wants to pursue that pursuit, and he doesn't care about where the end goal is.
Yeah, and that's a special person, because not every individual can say that. You know, like I can't say that. I want money. I want power.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I
That would
feel
me
like-
too. No, but that's I think that's the direction that we should all come in as creators. It's like we do this because it makes us feel good, and we like to like relay our artwork or our work to other people. Where at sometimes, you know, we're like we're like machines. We're making things for people, and we lose that kind of insight of who we are and what we want to do.
Yeah. Like I said, you get lost in that shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Because
But Cudi's done a really good job too, because all his albums, like even the Last Man on the Moon, like that was an amazing album, bro. Like Tequila Shots, I think it was called. It was a
Yeah.
great one. Like, but so, and I think when you get into those pockets of like knowing who you are and your emotions right then and there, you get into those creative innovations where you're like putting out some really cool shit.
No cap.
Yeah, because I've been in those pockets, but also been on the fucking downhills too. So
Me too.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you guys want us to talk about? You just start fucking asking them. Yeah, let us work for you. Yeah, you
For real.
fucking- no,
Let us work.
fuck you. You're watching this shit. Fuck you.
Hey.
We're doing this without you. Just playing, bro. Love you guys all as usual. This was the morning show. We just want to give a little update on the breaking news.
Hilary.
Hilary, Bobbi, Cudi. Like that.
Damn, Katrina, bro, you're stuck in
Bobbi
like
Cudi.
2012, bro.
Yeah, that's a name right there. Hilary, Bobbi, Cudi.
Yeah, and you know what? The Kid Cudi, the Playboy Cardi song, that shit was funny when you did the little chimey kite.
Oh yeah.
That bitch bark.
I'm funny, huh?
No, he's gonna fuck your hoe. All right, this was the morning show. Callers, Baby Boy, myself, Elijah Edwards. Thank you guys for tuning in at 11 a.m. every single Monday morning. We're here to share our thoughts and opinions on the art, culture, news, anything happening throughout these weeks. So we hope to see you here every single Monday morning at 11 a.m. If you did enjoy this podcast, remember we do have a Patreon where you could find all that information in the description. There you'll get exclusive, ad-free, uncensored content. It's great. It's delicious. Sniff it out. Thank you so much. We'll see you on another Monday morning. Peace.